it means to go steep.
There's a lot of lines that are really aesthetic, really cool-looking lines that you can't do because it ends in a big giant cliff. Well, if you throw a parachute on your back and you have some base jumping skills, you can totally ski those lines.
All right, and from the new movie, please welcome Shane McConkey and Ingrid Backstrom. Thank you guys so much for coming in. And
Thank you.
Oh my God, like I think the first thing to say is kids, do not try that at home.
Not unless you have some experience.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, like, I've skied a long time, but I would never try something like that. I mean, how do you guys even, like, decide to pursue this as a career? I mean, this is scary stuff.
Well, you spend a lot of time out in the mountain, and skiing's a really fun sport, and you're always looking for new things to do out there, and that's what it's all about.
You have to up the ante every time, right? So for you, is like skiing a normal mogul run considered boring?
Moguls hurt, so yeah.
They do, I know. They're hard on the knees.
We like to ski powder.
Yeah, which is not easy. So how did you guys get into it originally? I mean, did you grow up skiing and then this just became a passion, or how did it go?
Yeah, both my parents were on the volunteer ski patrol at Crystal Mountain in Washington State growing up, so that was kind of just what we did. We camped in the parking lot in an old camper for a while, and yeah, I grew up skiing, and eventually you spend enough time in the mountains that you want to continue challenging yourself.
So what exactly is, I mean, how would you define extreme skiing? Like what, you know, obviously doing extreme conditions, but like as a sport, like you have people doing like Olympic racing and slalom versus this. I mean, what is the difference as far as the thrill, obviously? We
pretty much just consider it skiing. There's the great thing about that sport is there's a lot of different aspects to it. There's a lot of things that you can do. And for us, you know, it's just taking it to the highest level that you can. And some people call it extreme, some people call it big mountain skiing. We just call it skiing, and it's a lot of fun.
Just a day, just another day in the park, right?
Yeah.
So to speak. All right, now, I've always been curious when something happens, like what happens if you actually fall or you lose a ski and you're on a, you know, a cliff, basically? How do you get down?
You have to ski back down on one ski. Balance is really key. It's actually good practice if you ski on one ski. You should practice your balance, and then you have to hike up and get your other ski.
Wow. So there's no one in the back. Like I know this is what we're seeing, but there's no like Sherpa, someone in the back who's got like an extra ski for you that'll bring it down.
No, but sometimes if you crash and you're at a ski resort under a lift, you'll at least have some people on the lift heckling you.
Yeah, which I would imagine is not fun when you're a professional skier and you got, you know, you like to show off. But you know, apparently, I mean, let's be real here. It is a dangerous sport, and you are really risking your life. And one of your, you know, colleagues actually died a few days after shooting the movie. What happened?
Yeah, you know, it is a dangerous sport, but, you know, without risk, there is no adventure, and that's what it's all about for us. So you know, it's worth it.
I mean, but is there ever a day, I mean, do you guys actually get nervous sometimes when you do these things, like knowing that something, God forbid, could happen?
Oh, yeah. You know, it's very scary sometimes, but when you stick it, it makes it that much more fun.
Right. All right, let's talk about, can we bash snowboarders? Just because I'm a skier, too. No. What is it? I don't mean to bash them, but, you know, like, snowboarding is taking over skiing. I mean, I'm glad that you guys are, like, coming out and, you know, being proponents of the old school skiing. But what is the difference, really?
Well, it's not really taking over. Snowboarding's really popular right now, but actually we've seen a lot of people come back to skiing, and skiing is growing really fast right now because both sports do have their place on the mountain, and it's
so we can all get along?
Yeah, pretty much. As long as you're getting out there and having fun, that's what it's all about. And, yeah, just get out into the mountains and slide down as fast as you can.
What we found is the tension between skiers and snowboarders only exists in places where the skiing and snowboarding doesn't happen. Actually, at the ski resorts where people live and do these sports, there isn't much tension.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in, and congratulations, and please be safe.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Have a great winter.
Yeah,
Thank you. I will. I can't wait to go skiing. Maybe you'll let me tag along. I won't do that, though. All right, Steep opens on Friday in theater, so check it out. And coming up tomorrow from Law & Order, Esapatha Murkerson will be here live.
And I'm going to stick it right here on the Anchor Desk.
Oh, my
right?
goodness, not in this lifetime.
On the 6 train, that's where I belong.
Amazing.
All right, up next on the CW11 Morning News.
Yeah, leftovers, that is, appetizers, they can